Take my kids to Disney World. Black people have no interest in going to Disney World.
Right. That costs money.
Big dumb waste of black money.
You're wrong, but
So defend yourself.
Black people
Black people.
have the ability to not come off as like an asshole.
Sure.
Okay? They have to be open-minded to the fact they come off as an asshole.
I'm amped. Let's go. All amps all the time.
All right.
Hello. The whole thing is stupid. Black people makes zero sense to me.
No.
The whole thing is stupid.
Black people.
The whole thing is stupid.
No. Black people cost money.
Big dumb waste of money. Right.
I didn't even know I was transgender. You know what? I should talk about this. Fucking whoops. What?
Right. I don't want to take my kids to Disney World. Black people have no interest in going to Disney World.
Black people cost money.
That's insane.
What?
I don't know.
Transgender black people. What? No. Transgender black people. Transgender. Transgender black people. What?
Like you just end the story there and it sucks.
All right. Who's Right Podcast LLC Incorporated.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Thank you, Mr. Andrew Crazy Bull, for the song.
That was great. Transgender. Black people. I love it.
Is it? Don't you think it's a fucking problem that that's what our show has devolved to?
No. Why?
Okay.
Why? Wait. First of all, why do you say problem and devolved? Why? Why you got to frame it like that?
Because it's like we're two crippled, we're two retards, and we have two crutches: black people and trans, and that's all we rely on. We can't.
Yeah, we're retarded, and that's easy. So, it makes me laugh. It's like people that rely on dick and fart jokes. You got to go back. You got to do what you know.
Yeah, whatever.
You don't think so?
No,
you want to change it up? All right. What do you want to talk about?
That's all I know about is black and trans people.
See, if there was anything else funny, then we'd talk about that. We're just not intelligent enough to make humor out of anything else.
I don't think we're intelligent enough to make humor out of this. So we've got a guest coming on in a little bit. He's Flat Earth guy. What's his name? David Weiss or whatever. He's supposed to show up in about a half hour, so we'll see what happens.
So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be great. I'm excited.
Are you familiar with a podcast like Tinfoil Hat or something?
No.
Oh, all right.
Is that his podcast?
No, that's what he's doing right now. So.
Oh. Is it a big one?
I don't know.
I thought you knew.
I know of Who's Right.
Uh-huh.
I know of We Are Assholes.
Uh-huh.
WATP.
Man Brain, that's still a thing?
Man Brain, the official podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I think that's all of them.
That's the only podcast that you know of.
And
isn't that all the podcasts there is?
The pizza guy and conspiring to argue.
God, I forgot about them guys. Oh man, I wonder how many podcasts have started and stopped since we've started, because there was a lot of them that started with us.
I would say probably 40.
You think? Man,
what kind of fucking question is that?
Yeah, that was a dumb question.
Idiot. All right, you got anything you want to talk about?
Did you hear about Pornhub? They have porno videos on there.
What about them? So I seen a headline.
Porn on the internet, man.
You're killing me.
What? They apparently pulled all of their unverified content. So if you weren't verified on their platform or whatever, you can't post anything. Because they used to be able to, anybody could upload any video anytime, it didn't matter. But now you have to have some kind of a Pornhub verification to be able to last I checked, it was like there was like 16 million videos or something like that, and now they're down to 7 million video. I don't remember the exact numbers. So a while back, somebody did a report on Pornhub, and they said that Pornhub is the hub of rape videos and child pornography.
Okay.
Okay. So what's the problem? So they went through and found a bunch of videos where it looked like the women were asleep or whatever, and they said that over the past, I can't remember the number, 5 years or 10 years or whatever it was, they found 188 videos of child pornography that had made it through the filters at Pornhub.
So you're gonna let a few unripe apples spoil the whole bunch?
See what you did there? That was a good one. So as when that report came out, the first thing that happened was Visa and MasterCard said, we're not going to process payments for Pornhub anymore. So
what payments would payments would you process
at Pornhub?
Yeah.
They have, you can sign up for like Pornhub Premium. It's like a subscription type service. And
hold on. What do you get when you sign up for Pornhub Premium?
I have no idea. I never
Who
signed
the
up for
fuck
it.
spends any time on there enough time
to sign up for the premium? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Fuck, there's times I don't even make it through the commercial.
So that's awesome. So apparently the company owns more than just Pornhub. It's called MindGeek. They own a bunch of different porno shit, and they sell subscriptions and they sell videos and they sell whatever. Now they're not allowed to use Visa or MasterCard as a payment processor, which really hurts their business. So shortly after that happened, Pornhub went and pulled everything that wasn't verified. So they're saying now only people that are verified or part of they have a thing called a models club, I think it's called, where if you were a producer, you can upload your own videos. So you have to be either verified or part of their models club to upload videos now.
I think I'm okay with that.
What? Really? How come?
Yeah, because I'm not a. If there's people uploading child porn to it,
mm-hmm.
This is one way to eliminate that, right?
Yes. If you have let's say you have a yard, you grow grass in your yard, and there's a weed in the middle of your yard, one way to get rid of that weed is just to burn down the whole yard.
No,
that's
not what happened.
That's not
they
one way
didn't
to
burn down the whole fucking yard.
Okay, burn down 3/4 of the yard to get rid of that one weed. I mean, that is a way to get rid of a weed, right?
Okay, yeah. If they found one weed in my yard,
mm-hmm.
That's not what found. They found 147 weeds.
Something like that.
Yeah. So if you find 147 weeds, you got to assume there's 148. And if there's 148, you got to assume there's 149.
Uh-huh.
And if there's 149, you're going to assume there's 150.
Let's just extrapolate this. How many is there?
Okay. I was going to keep going. I got nothing else to talk about, so.
I don't know that.
Okay. No. So you're not trapping me in this bullshit. So I say I'm okay with it. If they find a bunch of child porn on there,
mm-hmm.
that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to be verified. So I assume that just means you take a picture with your license and say, I am who I say I am.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think so, yeah.
That's how it should be.
So
that'll stop sex trafficking and stuff.
Right. So why don't they do that on every social media platform then?
On every social media platform for what?
For anything. If you want to post anything, you have to be verified.
Because posting a picture of your kid as trick-or-treating is not the same as posting a picture of a kid getting butt fucked.
Yeah.
My kid's never trick-or-treating at your house, motherfucker.
But it's just as easy to post something illegal on Facebook as it would be on Pornhub.
No, it's not.
What do you mean? The upload button still says upload in English. What do you mean? It's just the same.
Okay, I want you to go diddle a kid and upload it to Facebook and then go use that same video and upload it to a different Pornhub that isn't need verified people.
Is this like a scientific test? So when I get
Sure.
when I get arrested, I can tell them it was for science.
Okay, so that's fine. My solution, if you're not verified, that's my final solution. If you're not verified, into the gas chamber you go. What's yours? Just let it be?
No, you take the videos down. I don't.
How are you possibly gonna keep up with? Do you know how many kids a year get fucked?
No, no, I don't. So, if you're having a problem, if there's a problem, then you need to build a better algorithm to detect that stuff. You can't.
No, that's the wrong answer. You're not putting the fucking the burden on robots.
On the company?
On robots.
No. And so what you're wanting to do is punish everybody.
No, just the people that aren't verified.
Oh boy. So the next
Don't you slippery slope me, motherfucker.
I know, and that's exactly where I'm going, and I'm right. So you can say don't slippery slope you, but I'm right. If we say that Visa and MasterCard pulling their business from Pornhub, whatever, nobody raises a stink because it's porn, who cares? That doesn't that mean that Visa and MasterCard can pull their business from whoever they want and nobody will care? What?
Yes, they can.
So
and I'm good with that. That's how capitalism works.
Is it?
If you don't like it, start your own credit card company.
Right. So then all of this gun control talk is kind of moot. Listen,
if you're running an illegal operation, you shouldn't be able to take credit cards. You should only be able to work in...
Pornhub's not illegal.
It is if it's child porn.
If they take it down, no. Their responsibility is to take down child porn. If it gets posted.
No, their responsibility is to not host it in the first place.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That is an impossible task. How is that?
It's not. Make sure everybody's verified before they upload anything.
So then, if that's the case, then you need to apply that logic to Facebook and YouTube and everything else.
They do on Facebook. When you sign up, it says, "Are you at least 18 years old?" Yes. Do you promise not to post any child porn? Agreed.
That's not verified.
But it seems. You know how much child porn I've seen on Facebook? None.
You know how much child porn I've seen on Pornhub? None.
Don't ask me that question.
You're being way too simplistic about this.
No, I'm not. You're being
yes, you are.
Way too complexistic.
Complexistic. Oh God.
It's absurd to me that you think that it's okay for child porn to be monetized.
That is absurd. You're right. It's absurd that you think that I think that. I'm telling you what your argument amounts to burning down the whole yard for a weed. I mean, that's what this is.
No, it's not a weed. It's 147 weeds. And I can tell you, if you see 147 weeds, you can be damn sure that there's 148. And I'll tell you what, if you count 148 weeds in your... What?
I said we're going through this again. Oh my!
You're damn skippy. There's 149 weeds in the yard.
The funniest part about this is that this push is coming from the same. It's a company. They rebranded now. I don't know what their new name is, but they're called Morality and Media. Like back in the 80s, 90s, whatever. They've been trying to ban porn for 20 years, and this is just one more step towards them. You think I'm making this up? I'm not making it up. The religious groups have been trying to ban porn for years. They fucking hate Pornhub because it's huge.
Okay, if you owned Pornhub, and somebody came to you and said, "Hey, we just did a couple random searches and we came up with 147 cases of child porn." What is your responsibility? Take them down and then say, "Okay, problem solved. There's no more."
No, absolutely not. Your responsibility is to take them down, take that seriously, and decide what you're going to do so this doesn't happen in the future.
And don't you think that that's exactly the steps that they took to get to?
They took those steps, but they took the wrong ones. They burned down the yard to get rid of a couple of weeds.
Let's not talk about yards and weeds. Let's talk about child porn, baby.
Let's talk about child porn, baby. That's the clip right there. So there is a way to handle this problem.
Okay.
Better.
I asked you what your solution was.
I don't own Pornhub. I don't know. I'm not a technology guy. I'm
Right.
telling you. I'm
That's
telling
your
you.
answer for everything all the time, Anthony. What they did is wrong. It's a slippery slope, and they're going to take away my guns.
Yes.
Well, what would you have done? I don't have any answers.
So since I'm not a tech person, then
You don't need to be a tech person to come up with a.
But I came up with an answer, and you said
I didn't
no,
ask you to fucking code it. Just give me an idea.
Yeah. So they have an algorithm. They have a filter basically that make it better. That's the answer. Make it better.
How are you going to make an algorithm for child porn?
I'm not a tech person. How many times do I have to tell you that? I come up with an answer and you're like, how? How are you going to do it? You don't have to code it, but how are you going to code it?
What is it going to say? Okay, parentheses, if no hair in the outfield, backslash.
God, maybe I will write that code. I love that. Oh my God. I can't believe you're defending this. This is insanity. Insanity.
Have you ever been a victim of child porn?
No.
Yeah, well, once you have,
Uh-huh.
you'll understand.
Wait, once I think it's a little too late for that.
You may recognize me from some of my earlier work.
You are a sellout. I liked your earlier work better. This whole thing didn't bother me as much as I think it would have, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever, 15 years ago.
No, I'm going to speak for you.
Okay.
I don't think that your problem is with Pornhub taking down unverified users.
Mhm.
I think your problem is with Visa, once again, using their company to enforce
Morality.
morality.
Yeah, that is 99% of my problem, yes.
Okay. So then why would you argue with me about weeds and yards when that's not the issue?
Because it's part of the issue.
1% of the problem. And
Yeah.
1% of the problem is not worth talking about. Especially for 15 minutes when we had 99% of the problem we could have been discussing.
It's because it's funnier to talk about porn than it is to talk about credit cards. I'm telling you that if people are not outraged by this, which I mean they are, but I mean not enough. If people are not mad about this, then Visa is free to just stop taking payments for whatever they want and nobody will even care. Then where does that leave us?
That's fine. It leaves us with PayPal. I'm good.
It leaves us with PayPal. I think PayPal's even more notorious. I think people should be more concerned about all of our money is our whole financial system is tied up in electronic currency, credit cards and PayPal. And as soon as those companies start saying, well, you can't buy this.
Yeah, but they're saying you can't buy child porn, which I'm okay with.
They're not saying that.
Yes, they are.
They're saying you can't buy anything from Pornhub at all.
Did they get? And
anything.
I bet that they get their Visa standing back if they haven't already.
They don't.
They will.
Won't. How much money would you like to bet on that?
$4.
I'm gonna be $4 richer. There's zero chance they're getting it back.
Okay, I'm making a note.
Okay.
To check Pornhub
See
hourly.
Check Pornhub hourly to see if I can use my Visa card.
Or Visa. Update everyone. All right. We have a I have to make notes, otherwise I'm going to forget why I did this. We have a $4 bet. Done. Done and done.
Done and done. I'm going to
Okay,
be so
I'm putting that
rich.
over in don't forget at the very top.
All right, cool.
You know, the things that say don't forget,
Mm-hmm.
we haven't talked about in...
Oh yeah, that list is getting long. Should we take an opportunity to tell people that they can support us on Supercast now?
I think you just did.
All right, cool. What else
If
we
you don't like Patreon and you want access to 200 bonus episodes, 200 plus, Who's Right podcast. Oh, who's right.supercast.tech. The link is in the description.
Yeah.
All right. Now, what's next? Let's talk about black people.
All right. What about transgenders?
All right. This came from Flutterdashy in Discord.
Oh, boy.
Illinois. There are no plans in place to bring back the basketball hoops at Lincoln Park in Rock Island, at least for now.
Like the band Linkin Park?
The hoops were removed this past August after reports of gun violence at late-night basketball games in August 2018,
What?
May 2019, and August 2000. Okay, just say regularly. There's
There's violence. They were shooting each other.
Rock Island police confirmed that no crimes have been reported at the park, which is known as a quiet area by neighbors. Blah, blah, blah. It's pretty split down the middle that the rim should be reinstalled or they should stay forever gone. What? The long and short of this story is that there was massive amounts of gun crimes in this park,
Yes.
and then they took down the basketball hoops, and now there's zero crime.
The gun crime went away.
It's not that it went down; it went away. It just
There has not been one problem since.
So here's what I didn't understand. They're even discussing changing the court by splitting it down the middle into 2 half courts for kids to play, which is something the city did in the 90s to curb gun violence. How does that... Do black people not play on half courts?
So wait, I got an idea to curb gun violence. Let's split the basketball court in half. Wait, what?
Order. I like where you're headed with this.
This is the dumbest thing. So I am on the side of putting the hoops back.
I want to know how you can get from... So you're pretty fucked up in your logic.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get from full basketball court equals crime to half basketball courts? It just... Isn't a full basketball court just 2 half basketball courts split down the middle anyway?
That's what I thought. I thought when you played basketball like at a park or whatever, it was always half court, right?
I'm saying if you go to a stadium or gymnasium or whatever the fuck, a basketball court is just 2 half courts butted up next to each other.
Yeah. So can't they just do that themselves? Are you saying the kids aren't smart enough to split the basketball court in half themselves?
By splitting it down the middle into 2 half courts for kids to play, which is something the city, blah, blah, blah. The community is invited to a ward meeting sometime within the next month to discuss possible solutions. Grip says city officials are considering adding a security guard or cameras to the basketball court. Can you imagine what's a ward?
Like a group, like a smaller than a county, like smaller than a city. It goes like county, city, ward, right? It's like an area, like a neighborhood.
The only thing I've ever known, I didn't even know Illinois had wards. I just thought that was something from Texas. Like,
actually, I think it's bigger than a neighborhood. I think it's smaller than a city, but bigger than, I don't fucking know. Anyways. But Texas has, I didn't know Texas had wards.
Well, because the Ghetto Boys are from the 5th Ward. That's the only time I've ever heard it.
Oh, okay. So you only know anything about geography from rap music. This is what you're saying to me right now. What do you know about Long Beach?
I got my money
Lots
on
of
my
drama.
mind. A ward is a local authority area typically used for electoral purposes. Wards are usually named after neighborhoods, thoroughfares, parishes, landmarks, geographical features, and in some cases, historical figures connected to the area. It is common in the United States for wards to simply be numbered. I seen that, I don't remember what state it was, and I didn't pull the article, but they are closing a school down for... it's like Abraham Lincoln High School or whatever because he didn't do enough for black people.
Right. He didn't think Black Lives Mattered enough.
I'll give you your fucking freedom, and they're going to name a school after me. Oh, it looks like our guy's here. You want to transition to that?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Bring him in here. David,
Jack and Doug, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. What's going on?
Not much.
Nothing. We were just sitting here talking about black people.
I'll allow it
Thanks.
with reservation.
No, not Indians.
No. Black people, not Indians.
What's going on? What do we? Where are we going? What do you guys want to talk about? There's a lot to talk about, man. World's crazy.
The world is crazy. So you had reached out to us and asked us to come on. Do you watch the show at all, or?
I came across it, and we're scanning, looking for people talking about truth, talking about life, and I'm not 100% familiar with your show, but here we are, and we'll figure it out as we go.
All right. So I want to start this off on the right foot. If we start off talking about flat Earth, we're just going to start arguing, and it ain't going to make for a good show.
Okay.
So what I was wondering is if there's other conspiracies that we have in common, we can find common ground and then work towards where we fall off, so to speak.
Fall off the edge of the earth.
Yeah, right.
All right. So
good.
So I'll throw one out
All right.
that I believe, and we'll just see if you believe it or not.
Okay.
I believe that there's more to 9/11 than what the media is telling us.
I believe that the craziest conspiracy theory of all, regardless none, are the official story of 9/11.
Okay, so that's no fun. All right.
No fun because we agree.
Right. Yeah. I want to find out where we start to disagree. Anthony, do you have one?
So my favorite is the fluoride in the water, and it's kind of dumbing down the population.
Look how dumb the population is. It's working.
Damn it.
Okay.
Son of a.
What about the Las Vegas shooting? I believe that might have been a false flag.
I literally just did an episode with Crow 777 Radio, Crow with 2 R's, and we broke down the everything that happened at that shooting. It's the name of the show. It's coming out on the 21st. It's called The 12 Hoaxes of Christmas, and that was one of the big ones.
All right, let's do it this way.
This isn't working.
Don't ask me to come up with a conspiracy that you guys to ask you because I can't find any.
So,
I can't find any. Like, I used to believe that Sully landed the plane on the river in New York City, but that's not real.
All right, so okay, there's a place where we're splitting here.
Yeah. I don't know anything about it, but how can? Okay, why?
Yeah, why? That's a great question. I never understood when they had a series of airplane crash hoaxes back then with the Malaysian flights and I forget them all now, but it was like 15 degrees below zero that day, and everything about that. I just assumed it was real. Like, how do you fake land? How do you fake crash into the Hudson River? You got the whole city could be watching. But
so wait, hold on. So I'm wondering if that's how you approach anything that happens in the news. Do you approach it like, how could they fake this? Was that your first thought? And then when you thought through, oh well, they couldn't fake this, then you're like,
I don't
okay,
care
it
about
must
that.
be real.
I don't care. I want to know how you think. How is that not real?
Well, how many people would you think would have videoed it? There's like no video of it. There's just like 2 official videos of it. And, I don't know if you've ever been out in 15 degrees below zero or whatever. It was so freaking cold. People are just standing there chilling. The people's hair isn't wet. There's I've forgotten all about it, but there's so much information on there. A great website that I think has information on that one and every other one you're going to bring up is called StopLookThink.com.
Okay,
and
so why would they fake someone landing a plane in the river?
So Tom Hanks could make a movie.
Yeah, well, Tom Hanks. There's another conspiracy.
Just Tom
maybe,
Hanks in general.
Maybe it would be easier if you just told me what isn't a conspiracy.
That's where I was going.
That's actually going to be harder because I don't know anymore. Remember at the beginning of this Corona thing, Tom Hanks did a tweet. He was in Australia and he brought his typewriter with him, his 1970s Corona typewriter with him. And he made a tweet at the beginning of this Corona thing. and he talked about his Corona typewriter that he carried to Australia with him.
Okay.
That's insanity. They put little clues out in front of us. Dude,
So you hold on. Do you think Tom Hanks is a mastermind in the manipulation of the human population?
I think he's a puppet in the and part of it. You know, I don't know. Again, you're asking me. You're going to ask me a whole lot of questions that I don't know the answer to. Like, how did the towers come down? I don't know. But they didn't come down. They didn't come down from airplanes hitting them. You know.
So why would they fake someone landing on the Hudson River?
I want to circle back.
I don't know. I've never come up with an answer to that. The only thing I can come up with is they don't want people traveling around the world. They want everybody locked down, you know, and not traveling. Well, that seems to be happening right now. And I don't know if maybe that has something to do with it, but you know, 10, 15 years ago when they were doing all of these airplane crashes, that was the only thing I could come up with. And I never saw how it would really happen. I'm like, it's not going to scare people into not flying. Well,
so isn't the answer, if you can't come up with the reason why, wouldn't the answer just be that he landed the plane on the Hudson? I mean, if you don't have any like refuting evidence and nothing else makes sense, doesn't it make sense that maybe it happened the way they say?
No, I mean, because you don't know something doesn't mean it happened another way. It's just you don't know it. You know, there's certain things
just
that
because,
hold on.
Just because the government tells you something doesn't necessarily mean that it's false, right? Oh wow!
You know what?
Now that's awesome.
Here's the way I look at it. If you bet $1,000 that every news story you hear on the mainstream news was fake for the last 10 years, you'd be a millionaire. Right? You'd lose a few, but most of them are fake.
Sure.
So
are you telling me that dog really don't ride the fucking skateboard?
I don't know. He probably does.
Okay,
that's probably real.
I want to go back to what you said about the 9/11 thing. So you don't even think planes hit the buildings?
You know, if you want to have a 9/11 show, you know, if you go to that website I told you, stoplookthink.com, and go to the 9/11 pages and pull up the no planes video. I mean, if you look, that first plane or the second plane came in at an angle like this. So it had not only all the steel to go through, it had I think 11 floors of cement, right? And it just melted right into nothing fell out of the building, right? That tin can melted through steel and concrete slabs. And if you watch it in slow motion, it went through before the hole even showed up. The wing is already in the building and there's no hole. I mean, that the what happened on 9/11 was a media orchestrated fake movie event. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was insane. You got to be careful here. Are we on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah. We don't want to tell you too much more. You're going to get a strike.
Oh,
okay. I don't care. I mean,
I don't care about that.
I don't care, guys.
So this is a touchy, not touchy, I guess, but I mean, I believe that there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but to make the leap from something is fishy to everything is wrong all the time, nothing is real. Where don't you feel like you're at some point you're going to lose touch with your own reality?
You know,
or maybe you already have.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't gaslight me yet. It's not that I don't just believe things. You know, if you look at the facts, if we want to stick on 9/11 for a minute, you know, the businessmen like the early morning flights from the East Coast to the West Coast because if you take a 6 a.m. flight, you land by 10 o'clock, you have a full day to get your meetings done. So there's about 30 to 35 flights every weekday from those airports combined to the West Coast, and they're always sold out. First class is sold out a month ahead of time, and there's you know, standby passengers waiting to get on these flights. On the morning of 9/11, there was 35 flights. 31 of them were sold out. 4 of them only had 20 or 30% capacity when they took off, and 2 of them weren't even scheduled to fly. So where did they get the passengers? How did it happen that the 4 hijacked planes were mostly empty compared to the other 31 flights that were absolutely full?
So you think that the rest of America was in on it and didn't buy plane tickets because they knew they were going to get hijacked, right?
That's funny.
So I'm not.
I'm happy to answer anything you guys want, but just beware. If you want to go down the 9/11 trail, I've got
No,
stuff
no,
you've
no.
never even heard of.
It was not. It's not a matter of 9/11. I'm just talking broadly.
Mm-hmm.
Your idea seems to be that you can't trust anything that you hear, right?
Well, if someone is a known liar and they're trying to control you, the right assumption is I'm not going to believe anything you say until I verify it. So
Yeah, that's fine. But you say so. So if somebody is a known liar, you should verify it. But then what happens is people verify it with Joe Smith said this. Like
No,
they're
no.
verifying it with somebody that doesn't know anything. So it's we're falling into the same trap. I mean, I just don't understand how we go from something is fishy about 9/11, which I agree with. I don't know what the fuck happened, but something weird is going on. How do we go from that to there's an ice wall around the world is flat? I don't understand the leap that we're making. Why can't we just look at each issue and say maybe this happened, maybe this is fishy? But it seems like people that believe in conspiracy theories, they go all in, every single one of them. You know what I mean? And
that's
how do we
actually
get to
not
that
true,
point?
because there's a lot of people that know that 9/11 wasn't as described, and they refuse to look at the flat Earth evidence. And I was one of them for a long period of time. You know, I wouldn't I wouldn't even look at flat Earth, and I thought I knew everything about it. But you know, that's not the case. The thing is, belief is the enemy of knowing. You can believe something, it's easy, then you're done. Go drink a beer, take a nap, smoke a joint, whatever. To know, it takes time and effort. Excuse me.
So first, I don't want this to turn into an argument because I want to have you back on.
Okay.
I want to do I could talk about 9/11 all day. Just
See, I
the
don't
shit
know.
that I know about it.
Yeah, I don't know all the details. I just know something's fishy. That's all I know.
Yeah.
There isn't a whole lot of conspiracies that I know a lot of details about because it all just seems like a lot of guesswork.
You guys know about Building 7, of course, right?
Right.
Okay. Do you know about Building 6?
No.
So Building 6 is a 10-story building, a full city block that was right there in the complex. And after the towers disappeared and before Building 7 went down, Building 6, the entire inside of the building, not the outer walls, the entire inside of the building down to the basement, or like 70% of the inside of the building disappeared. Kind of like you have a big half gallon of ice cream and you scoop the ice cream out all the way down to the bottom. It's all gone. It's all gone. And there was no debris in there. It's just gone. And
So you're saying aliens?
There was these cylindrical holes, columns that went down. The part of that didn't collapse, there was these cylindrical holes that were literally carved out. And if you ask me what did that, I can't tell you what did that. I'm just telling you what happened. All right. I don't know I don't know what did it, but Building 6 points to the evidence of a technology that can destroy buildings that we're unaware of.
Aliens?
Okay.
No,
So,
not aliens.
No, not aliens.
Why alien? Why would you assume that?
I don't know. Sounds
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
okay. So based on, let's say that's the case. Let's say it's technology that we are unaware of. Whoever possesses it, that's fine.
Yeah.
And they take out the inside of Building 6.
Yeah.
Right? So then are you suggesting that they also took out Building 7 and the 2 towers?
So buildings, never before or after 9/11 has a steel reinforced building, no matter if it was hit by a plane or burned, ever collapsed into its own footprint. But in 9/11, it happened 3 times.
But that's not what I asked you.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that 6, 7, and the 2 towers, I'm assuming 1 and 2, I don't know what their fucking numbers
1 and
are.
2.
Okay, so are you assuming those 4 buildings were taken out by the same method?
Well, so the Building 7 is questionable, but if you look at the pile of the towers, the pile was no higher than one or 2 stories. It should have been 10 or 20 stories high. The other thing is, if you watch the high res footage that was taken of the building coming down, and I saw the building not on TV, I saw it from 20 miles away, but across the water. I had a very good view of it, even without binoculars, but I had solid binoculars on. If you watch these giant slabs that were exploded out of the building, so something blew them out, big heavy slabs of metal and concrete, they're falling through free space, through air, so they should crash on the ground and smash whatever's down there, but they didn't. They dissolved into dust on the way down. You have something that probably weighed 20 tons, and it's falling through the air, and by the time it hit the ground, it never hit the ground. It just turned to dust.
Have you taken into consideration how hot jet fuel gets when it burns?
Yeah, it doesn't get hot enough to melt steel. That's a joke, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If
But
there's
you
ever
know,
a
you got
question,
the-
if it's a joke, yes.
Right.
Okay, so my issue with what you're saying is not only the shit that was on the news, there was plenty of footage that people took with their cameras or whatever of airplanes hitting.
No, there wasn't.
All right, maybe there's not.
I think we've all seen them, right?
There's a bunch of different shots that are all proven fakery. You know, the only shot.
Whoa. You can't just say there's all kinds of shots that were proven. Proven by who and how?
So the Hezekani shot is absolutely ridiculous. The plane melts into the building. But let's talk about Chopper 5. And we all saw that. The first building's on fire.
No. So I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying that's fine. All media footage is bullshit. But there's pedestrian footage.
Because of this event, somehow all of the networks said, hey, let's join forces and all share the same video feed. All
outside of the media. I'm talking about just footage from people on the ground.
Yeah. So here's the problem. If you guys have been to New York, yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Okay. You can't film the towers unless you're either right under them or really far away from them.
Not now.
No. So, let's just talk. You're talking about the footage, and I'm going to talk about fake footage.
You can see the towers from you could see the towers from miles and miles. You said it yourself. 20 miles away.
Try to show me a video of an airplane hitting them from miles away. There are none. There's zero. Okay, and there should have been thousands at that point. So listen to this. We're watching the building burn. The second building hasn't been hit yet. And all of a sudden, the second building hits live on television. We all remember that. We see the plane come in, and it was filmed from the Chopper 5 chopper. And for some reason, all of the networks were sharing the Chopper 5's feed. And Chopper 5 was 5 miles away. It had this huge expanse. You could see all of the Hudson River where Sully didn't crash his plane. And you could see New Jersey and everything. And then all of a sudden, it zooms in farther, and it zooms all the way into the buildings. And then all of a sudden, the plane just pops in and hits the building, and that's what we see. But when he zoomed out, the plane wasn't in that peripheral shot. And if you do the calculations, it should have been in that shot for a whole many frames. But the other thing is, it also went in, and the nose of the plane came out the other side without a dent on it. And then they went to black. Okay, they tuned it out, put in the fireball. But here's the interesting part. The guy that filmed it, the cameraman in the Chopper 5 chopper, his name is Cy Symington. He is the guy that wrote the software and teaches the course on how to insert aircraft into a live video feed, input pre-recorded or fake aircraft into a live video. He wrote the software and teaches the course, and he's the guy that caught that airplane. He's the only one that filmed it.
All right.
And none of the helicopters in the area caught the collapses. None of them.
Anthony, we're going to try something.
Okay.
I see your video.
Okay. So I've got the sound turned off on the video because we're recording an audio podcast.
Okay.
So Anthony, I need you to narrate what's going on. David,
boy.
I would like you to counter in real time and action.
Go.
ABC Live Chopper.
I need helicopter noises, Anthony.
we're watching
It
building-
starts with an explosion.
Yeah.
All right, plane into the building. Bam.
So did you see the plane hit the building?
Yes.
No, you didn't. You saw it go behind the building and you saw an explosion. Okay.
Okay, so I'll give you this one. Let's just say this one is 100% CGI.
Mm-hmm.
This fireball and smoke and debris that I'm looking at doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
It was done on the fly. Fine. We're chalk. I see explosion coming towards me. So
Yep.
are you suggesting that when we were watching this live,
Yeah.
the building just looked normal?
No, building had an explosion and it was on fire. Absolutely, 100%.
So you think they timed the CGI airplane on the live news chopper at the same time, knowing when this was
Dude,
going to happen?
this stuff was planned before the building was built. These buildings were built 33 years ago to come down on 9/11. Okay. If you look into, all the esoteric stuff about it, what they did with the money in the 1990s, all of it was about 9/11. I don't know if you guys
hold on. We don't have I know most of these like conspiracy videos are like 6 hours long. Let's try to stay let's try to stay as close as we can on topic here. So you're saying that they CGI.
What's the fucking topic?
I'm not really sure, but we're skipping around way too much. I'm trying to understand. So you're saying that they CGI'd the plane live and timed it with that explosion
100%.
as they pushed.
Okay, there's 10 more videos to get through.
All right. Number 2 was Anonymous Amateur.
Right.
Love these.
So again, just a fireball. Did you see an airplane?
Yes.
Go ahead. Do it again. Play it again.
Damn it. All right. Play.
All right. Come on. You skipped.
So there's the airplane coming in the back there. Do you think that could be faked? Again, you're not going to see it hit the building. You're going to see an explosion.
Right, but it's because they were on the other side.
Yeah, and if you watch the ones, I doubt this video is going to show you one from the other side, because if you do, you'll see that the airplane went into the building before the hole appeared. It's all nonsense. There's also videos where the Verrazano Bridge moves, right, but like a mile, where they got their layers screwed up. The wing goes behind a building that's in front of it. The wing disappears. Again, didn't see it go in the building. You saw a black plane come into frame, and you didn't see it go into the building. Go to the next one.
I'm just playing the video, man.
He said, "Go to the next one. Go to the next one."
6.
Oh my god,
Anthony, you're not doing a very good job.
Yeah, sorry. Plane, building.
Again, you don't see it going into the building. You saw it
This
behind
is all
the
just
building.
different videos of the same
The same thing, where it's all the same nonsense. You don't see it hit the building. It was behind the building.
I seen it right there.
No, you
right there
did
in that
not.
frame.
You don't see the backside of that building. You don't see the backside of that building.
It's
You
right.
don't
See
see
the
it.
corner of the building.
So
You
all
don't
of
see-
these.
you don't even see the corner of the building. It's behind that post.
Oh, right here. That's the
Okay.
corner of the building.
That's the front corner. What about the back corner? Where's the
You
back
can see
corner?
you can see like a fucking plane wing between the corner of the building. This is debunked.
You don't see a plane wing. That's the side of the building. The back of the building is where the plane hit.
So
are you
think that
gonna
it's
sit here? Hold on, Anthony. Are you gonna sit here and suggest that our government doesn't have our best interest in mind?
No, I would never do that.
All right, good.
So okay, I'm trying to. All of these videos are from just amateurs, not the mainstream media, right? So they're all in on it.
So again, when you say amateurs, you don't know the mainstream media own. They like, oh, this amateur guy. These are all shill videos. This is a bizarre one. What's this guy doing?
Okay,
hold on.
This is a bizarre one because I can't explain it.
No, I can totally explain it. So what you guys don't understand is, you ever see what happens to an airplane when a bird hits it? I mean, it almost destroys the nose cone of a passenger jetliner.
that is not true.
This thing went through all of the steel and all of the cement slabs, and not a single piece of it fell down on the outside of the building. That's impossible.
That's not true at all. They found all kinds of airplane parts on the ground.
That's untrue. Also, they found a little section of windows that didn't even come from that type
And
of
landing
airplane.
gear and engines.
No, they found a landing gear like 2 blocks away, and there's also video of them unloading it out of a white van hours earlier.
You show me that video,
So hold
and
on,
Anthony
hold
will
on.
suck your dick.
Yeah, really.
So
now I'm
He said,
motivated to find it.
So why? Okay, why is it that your video evidence supersedes any video evidence
I
that?
don't have a video evidence. I'm just looking at the stuff that they're showing us, and it's all.
Hold on. You said that there's video evidence of them unloading landing gear or whatever plane parts. So that video evidence is verified, but if we show you, amateur video, you're like, well, how do you know that's amateur? How do you know that's not mainstream media? How is your video evidence superseding any video evidence that says the other side of you?
Good point. But the question is, how did that tire go through that fireball and not burn or lose its pressure or break or anything? The whole plane pulverized, but the tire made it through, along with a passport that landed at the feet of an FBI agent.
So I'll give you the passport. I'll give you the passport. That one.
Yeah.
That I'm not saying that there's no shenanigans going on. I think there's plenty of shenanigans.
I'm not. I'm just wondering how. I'm more interested in how the brain of a conspiracy theory person works to jump from
truth seeker,
conspiracy theorist, to how it goes from one conspiracy to every single thing is fake and no matter what. And I'm trying to connect this all back to flat Earth and how.
No, I don't want to talk about flat Earth yet.
I don't either. I'm trying to make the connections in my head.
What's the question?
Why I asked the question, why is your video evidence good, but this video evidence is debunked in your mind?
You know what? I'll retract the stuff about the van. I found it very interesting, but how does a tire go through the building and land and not be broken? The tire.
Okay, and I was going to respond to that. Have you? Yeah. What part of the country do you live? You don't have to give me the exact location.
I live right outside of New York City.
All right. So in the Midwest, there's tornadoes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you see some crazy shit like a plastic fence post going through a building.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the same type of anomaly that you're talking about.
That's interesting. You know about all the flipped over cars on 9/11?
No.
Nope.
There a lot of the cars around the building were upside down. They flipped over.
Well, it's because they didn't want to. Oh no, those were people.
Yeah, and a lot of the engines from the cars were missing. The engines literally were missing. So
I don't. So what does that mean?
There's so many unknowns on 9/11. Here's a question. You got the 10 stories of the building are above the hole. The fire is burning. It's however hot you want to say it is, and then the building falls at the same rate as a bowling ball thrown out of the hole would fall through the air. It falls at free fall speed through the path of most resistance. That's impossible unless all that resistance was taken out as it was falling. So that just tells you right there that, the architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth will say it's controlled demolition. I think it's something more than that. But again, I'm not there. Figuring out the minutia of actually how they did it is could be pointless. The point is the official story is the conspiracy theory.
So let's, if you want to, we can move away from 9/11. Is there a conspiracy theory that is widespread that you don't believe?
Well, you name one. I don't know all of them.
I don't either. I'm asking. You're more, kind of immersed in the world than I am. Is there any of them
that the government are reptiles? I don't believe that.
Oh, that's the one that I believe the most.
All right.
not really.
So what's your thoughts on Pornhub taking down all non-verified content?
I have no idea if what that even is, what that means. I know what Pornhub is, but I don't know what non-verified content. I have no idea what you're talking about.
We just spent like 20 minutes talking about it. Pornhub took down all their non-verified content because somebody found a whole bunch of child porn on there. So that was their reaction to it was, okay, if you're not
gone, damn it. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you said the quiet part loud. So
that's probably a good thing. I don't know anything about it.
See? Told you.
You said the thing and then you debunked yourself in the same sentence. That's probably a good thing. I don't know anything about it.
I mean, what you're telling me, I know nothing about it. It sounds like they're getting rid of child porn. It sounds like a good thing. I don't know if any of it's true.
Before all of that happened, Visa and MasterCard cut ties with Pornhub, said we won't process your payments anymore for Pornhub. What do you think about that?
When did that happen?
I don't know, last week sometime.
I didn't even know that Visa and MasterCard were tied to Pornhub. Isn't Pornhub free?
See? That's what I thought.
Nobody knows. So do you think that Pornhub as a company doesn't profit? They just exists?
Well, I think that Pornhub is here to occupy the minds of men and women with porn and to drain our spiritual energy so we never figure out what the hell's going on in this world.
Are you against porn?
I'm I'm against porn with with human trafficking, absolutely. But people that want to have show themselves having sex, go for it.
Okay, so but how you led into that was Pornhub is here to keep men and women occupied so they don't have time to think about the truth.
So why would all of that porn be free? And if you look into
there's an old saying that if you don't have to pay for it, you're the product.
So there you go. That's exactly it. And the other thing is, one of the big agendas, and we can get into that. That'll be a fun one to talk about, is the depopulation agenda, which we are heading full on into. They're trying to depopulate the United States by 230 million people in the next 4 years.
I know where I want them to start.
And
Can I,
I'm
can
ready.
I ask
too.
you?
know what?
Okay, hold
Bring
on.
it.
Let me ask you one question that might be controversial.
The finish the sentence. Pornhub stops a lot of guys from going out and pursuing relationships because they're too busy whacking off. Right? So that could be part of the depopulation agenda. I don't know. Makes sense to me. Could be.
I got to ask you a question that could be controversial. It could, what do you think about Jews?
I don't think anything about anybody. Some people say that Jews run the world. I don't know if that's necessarily true. There's a lot of Jews in government. There's a lot of bad Jews. There's a lot of bad black people. There's a lot of bad white people. There's a lot of bad everything. So again, I don't care.
Yeah, but there's a lot of bad black people, right?
I just what I was trying to get at is a lot of times what I've seen is a lot of the people that buy into all this stuff, they tend to blame everything on the Jews, and I was wondering if that's where you were going with this.
No, absolutely not.
Okay,
I mean, but you know what? There's a lot of Jews in the banking, in the high levels of banking, and the banking is part of the problem of this world. So, are there more Jews? Maybe, I don't know, but I don't.
Which is a bigger problem for this world, advertising or banking?
That's a good question. I don't know. I guess banking.
That is a hard question.
All right. So, one, I appreciate you talking about things other than what you came on to talk about.
No problem.
So I guess we'll jump into it.
Or jump off of it.
So one, you know what? I got a list of questions here from some listeners that knew you were coming on. We'll just
nice. I love questions.
Do you
Pornhub?
Does your belief in the flat Earth come from Jesus?
Absolutely not. I was so anti-religion, anti-spiritual, anti-God before I discovered that the Earth was intelligently designed. And to the point where I'd be listening to somebody doing a podcast on whatever, and I'm like taking pages of notes. I'm like, this is great. Then they mention the Bible. I tear up those pages. I close it. I unsub, and I never listen to them again because they're religious fanatics. So no, it does not.
So
you answered that question, but during your answer, you said the Earth was created by God. I don't understand. You're like contradicting what you were saying.
Hold on.
So what I'm saying is,
before I forget, don't you have a podcast, right?
I do, the Flat Earth Podcast.
Okay. Do you have an industry facing website for it?
theflatearthpodcast.com.
Got it. All right.
So what I was saying is, I sorry if I don't make myself clear. When I discovered that we don't live on a spinning space water ball pair rocket in an infinite vacuum lost in space, and that we are the center of we live in a created realm, if you will, that it's intelligently designed. Therefore, there's a creator, and that's when everything changed for me.
So your belief in the flat Earth is stemming from belief in creation.
No, my belief in creation is stemming from my understanding that we live in a created world.
But they're connected.
Well, my belief that the world is created means that there's a creator. So the I didn't come to the creator.
Good job, Anthony. You really tied this one together.
Yeah,
I'm trying to understand if your belief in God or creator.
He made it very clear. He didn't believe in anything, and then I'm going to phrase it the way he did. He discovered that the Earth was flat. He discovered that the Earth was created. Therefore, if it was created, somebody had to create it, which is the creator.
Period.
So you subscribe to the Truman Show version of it.
Yeah, that's a microcosm of what the world is. But yeah, I believe that their Earth is Can I show you? Can I show you? Do you guys want to? I can give you a quick little presentation of what the flat Earth is, or you want to just talk about it?
Yeah, I just want to talk about it.
All right, that's fine. That's fine. We have a lot of audio listeners too. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
this is an
majority.
audio podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So go ahead. Let me describe what the flat Earth is. I'm going to give you just like the Truman Show. I'm going to give you a smaller version of what the flat Earth is. Imagine a lake in Kansas, a circular lake. Easy to do.
They don't exist.
So this lake is 10 miles across. It's a circular lake, and it has a bunch of islands in it. That's the world ocean, and the islands are all of the continents. At the very center of the lake is a pole, a magnetic pole, a mountain, and all compasses point towards that center. So you can follow your compass and go west and circle around that pole, or you can go east and circle around that pole, and you've circumnavigated the Earth. You can go south, which is every direction away from the center. That's south. And when you get to the edge of the lake, you're not going to fall off because Kansas is there, also known as Antarctica, right? So if you climb up Antarctica is the highest land on Earth. If you climb up that 200-foot wall, there's now a ice plain, flat as can be, that goes out for hundreds of miles. And then there's reportedly mountains that that could be higher than Everest. That's all we know. That's it. We don't know what's beyond there.
Wait,
And
that's all who knows?
that's all anyone knows, because Antarctica has been shut off since 1957, when the UN had all the countries sign this treaty saying we have to protect Antarctica. Before environmentalism was even a word, we have to protect the penguins and the ice. It's very important. But meanwhile, go ahead and deforest the Amazon and plant palm oil trees. That's fine. But that treaty is in place. No human, no corporation, nobody can even question the treaty to explore Antarctica independently until the year 2041.
So you're saying that nobody has ever explored Antarctica? Is that what you're saying?
No, Admiral Byrd did. There's a few people in 1957, but that's when they shut it off. That's when they put a fence over us and a fence around us. The Antarctic Treaty is around us, and they created the Van Allen radiation belts above us, which is just the firmament.
I don't know what you're saying.
Well, so imagine this lake again. So the world ocean is surrounded by a shoreline, and that shoreline is Antarctica.
No, I got that part, but you started talking about radiator belts above us or something.
Yeah. So in 1957, the Antarctic Treaty came in, so nobody can independently explore Antarctica. And NASA was created, and they said, "Oh, there's Van Allen radiation belts, and we can't get through them." Okay, so they kind of put a fence over us, a fence around us, and they told us we live on a ball. There's nothing else to discover, Truman. It's all been discovered. So we live on a prison planet, and we accept the reality that is presented to us because that's all we know. Just like Truman, the true man.
Okay. Why?
To hide God.
That's what I thought. See, I knew that's where we were going to go with this. I was trying to have you tie it all. So what? Okay. So what if you don't believe in God?
I didn't believe in God before this, but let me tell you this. If you believe that you're on a random speck spinning out of control, you're a random accident in, at best, a distant God universe or a godless universe, that's fine. You've given up much of your divinity. But if you realize that you are at the center of creation, that you're a powerful spiritual being that has amazing powers where your thoughts can create your reality, because that's proven fact, they don't want you to know that. They don't want you to. What's that?
Back up to the thoughts.
The thoughts create reality. Did this podcast that you guys have just appear out of nowhere? Did you guys think about it? You thought
We've been
about
doing it for 4 years, and you would think that it just showed up yesterday.
Yeah. We don't think much about it. I'll tell you that.
So you get exactly what you think about. The world is. You ever see that there's people that barely can pay their bills every month. They live month to month to month to month, and that's their life because that's their thought pattern. But then there's other people that have millions of dollars. They lose everything. They're in debt farther than the people that are living paycheck to paycheck. And then a couple of years later, they're millionaires again. That's their thought pattern. Okay. People's thoughts create their reality. Every single thing that exists is because of a thought first. Okay. The Lamborghini didn't fall out of a tree. Somebody thought about it. Okay. People have lives where they think what they want and they create it. They don't want us to know that our thoughts create our reality. Period.
Hold on. So
Who's they?
They are the controllers of this world that are above the people that we see. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Council of Foreign Relations, right? Those are the puppets of the people that run this world.
And the Colonel with his wee beady eyes.
Yeah.
So for everything that you say or everything that you do on your website, whatever, it's all about the proof that the earth is flat instead of round. And all of your proofs and all of your, theories and everything all ties back to a belief in the Bible and what the Bible says.
100% zero, wrong, wrong, 100% wrong. Let me correct you on that.
But didn't you just say that? I mean,
no. You asked me why, and I don't know why, but that's a good reason why, because when people wake up to the flat earth, they take their power back and we stop feeding these energetic vampires that are running this world. So we're feeding them through fear and giving away our God-given divinity, versus people that see reality and they stop feeding them. And we don't need them. We don't have to obey them, and they can't do anything about it. And once you realize that, you free yourself.
I agree with all of that. But can't I free myself and still believe that the earth is round?
You can, yeah, but not as well. Because you're lost, because you don't know it all. There's a lot of people that thrive very well thinking they live on a spinning ball, but when they ground themselves and they know that they're at the center of creation, they just become that much more powerful. And the most powerful people in the world all know that the world is flat. I mean, everybody in the 1920s knew the world was flat. They changed history.
Did the idea that the earth is flat come from a literal interpretation of the Bible?
No, it came from everyday observations. I mean, supposedly here, let you guys believe we live on a ball, and we're gonna go through this a little bit, and you're gonna tell me why you believe we live on a ball. But let's see how much you guys know about the ball. And I'm not picking on you because I didn't know any of these answers. How fast is the earth spinning?
40 miles an hour.
1,000 miles an hour.
Damn it.
1,000. How fast is it orbiting the sun?
1,000 miles an hour.
66,600 miles an hour.
God damn it.
Son of a bitch.
The sun is flying through the universe. So while we're spinning and orbiting, we're chasing the sun. How fast is the sun going?
666,000 miles an hour.
500,000 miles an hour. I'm going to give that one to you.
God
very
damn
close.
it.
So close.
And that entire system's moving sideways at 1 million or 2 million miles an hour. Okay. And we have lakes that reflect mountains without a ripple in them.
I'm glad we agree on something.
So all of these motions are happening. All of the stars are having their motions. But if you go out tonight and mark where all the stars are in the sky, or just a couple key stars, and then next year on the same night, you go out at the same time, those stars are in the exact same position. That wouldn't happen 2 nights in a row in this beehive heliocentric nonsensical model, right? So again, it shows that all of the lights that we see in the sky are within the Earth system. Other planets aren't big rocks in space. They're close, energetic things. I don't know what they are. I don't know how big they are. I don't know how far they are, but they're within the Earth system. They're within dozens, they're some people, they sent up there was a thing called the Go Fast rocket out of New Mexico, and or Arizona.
That sounds like if I built a rocket, I'd call it that.
It was an amateur rocket. It was pretty big though for an amateur rocket, and it went up very fast, spinning, and it had a camera pointing down, a camera pointing out, and it's spinning faster and faster and faster, and went up 73 miles, I think, and all of a sudden it went kerplunk, like into a thicker medium. It literally went kerplunk. Like,
are you thinking of the Challenger?
No, absolutely not. And the Challenger, that's a whole nother story. But so it's all of a sudden, it just stops spinning. It's floating. And as it turns, the camera sees the moon. Okay. The problem with that is that was in New Mexico or Arizona, and the moon was over Australia at that exact moment. Okay. But it could see the moon across the flat plane at that height. That's impossible on a ball.
Do you have questions from our listeners? Sorry.
I love questions.
Right. Jacob Wolf wrote quite a few of them.
Nice.
Okay, so I just try to get these quick here. Do you
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
that
hit
you
'em
can
fast.
walk off? Do you believe you can walk off the edge of the flat Earth?
Absolutely not. As I explained before, if you go to the edge of the lake in Kansas, can you fall off the lake?
There
Does
are
the
no
water
lakes in
fall off the lake?
Kansas.
No. Well, I'm giving you an analogy, and you're making a joke. It's funny.
I
But-
live in Kansas, and it fucking sucks. There's nothing here. I bitch about it all the
Right.
time.
So you got a lake, and the shoreline. If you get to the edge of a lake, you don't fall off the lake. There's land there, and there's Antarctica is the land that surrounds the world ocean.
Okay, past
past
the flat
Antarctica.
plains, you said there's mountains suggested to be taller than Everest.
Right.
Okay,
Past
so what
that,
happens? You
would you
climb
fall
those.
off?
Don't know. It's off limits. No one's been there. I think that there's a dome. Some people think that there's an endless plane and that there's other suns and moons out there with other worlds.
And that's more believable to you than a
Yeah,
ball, than
and
a
that-
beehive
that was-
ball.
that's
That
my-
actually, so again, that's speculation, but that is actually way more believable than these balls spinning in space. But again, it's
So-
beyond. It's something. Listen, I can't go there. Neither can you. So it's pointless to talk about it. It's speculation.
But you know
So-
where
so-
you know
but
where you
you're-
can go is space.
No, you can't.
Yeah. So why again? Same question that I had with the video evidence. Why is your speculation more relevant than NASA's
It's not.
speculation?
I'm not speculating. You're asking me to speculate out there. I told you that it's just by speculation. It has no relevance in this argument at all. But NASA has been proven to be liars. Not one time, not 10 times, not 1,000 times, but countless, tens of thousands of times.
Do you believe NASA is a bunch of actors?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. They get $65 million a day supposedly, and they've done nothing. They've done nothing, and we've caught them hanging from wires, using multiple layers of green screens in space, passing virtual reality objects and screwing up, heads disappearing, razors going through faces, all sorts of stuff. Which is just showing that they're in a green screen studio. When they do the tour of the space station, they're actually hanging from wires in a green screen studio, and when they pull themselves, they're actually pulling the whole studio through them, the CGI studio. So the actor's not moving, but if he goes like this, the whole CGI goes down. It looks like he's going up. It's beautiful. It's common, easy technology, and people just fall for it. It's complete nonsense.
Do you believe Warner Brothers is running NASA?
I don't know. I don't think so.
That was something that I read in waiting to talk to you.
I mean, there's a whole thing about Werner von Braun, filming the moon landing. Not Werner von Braun. What's his name? The movie guy.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oliver
Yeah,
Stone,
whatever his name is.
Kevin Smith.
The guy that did The Shining.
Nicholas Sparks.
I don't know. Whatever. I'm
Next
spacing on his
question.
name. Yeah, next question.
What do you believe is underneath the flat Earth?
What do you believe is in the center of the ball Earth? Because the deepest hole ever dug is short of 8 miles. And when they got down,
I've seen that's a
can't-
good movie.
You can't answer a question with a question.
well, sure I can, because who the hell would know? Because check this out. The deepest hole ever dug is the Great Borehole in Russia. And they dug down. It took them a long time. And they got down 8 miles and they hit an impenetrable barrier. They couldn't drill through it. They couldn't blow it up. They tried for years and they couldn't get past 8 miles. That's equivalent if the Earth was an apple, not an orange, an apple, and you were drilling through the skin of the apple. Okay. You didn't even make it through the skin, and you know what's at the core. And by the way, they used ground penetrating radar as they were digging. They're like, okay, there's no more water. And then they hit water. Okay, there's no more rocks. And they hit rocks. They were wrong every step of the way through the skin, but somehow they know what's in the center.
But what do you believe is underneath the flat Earth?
I don't know, man. There's an impenetrable barrier. Maybe there's a whole nother realm down there. I don't know, and neither do you or anybody.
Do you think
else.
it's Australia?
No, it's China. Don't you know you dig deep enough, you get to China?
That's if we lived on a ball. So that's,
Okay, I think you already touched on this, but do you believe that other planets are flat?
I don't believe that there's other planets. They used to be called wandering stars until the early 1900s. I believe that they're luminaries. You look at them through a telescope or a P900 super zoom camera, and you can see that they're lights within the Earth system. There's no other planets. The Earth is a plane, not a planet. Airplanes fly over the Earth plane, not the Earth globe.
Do you think there's other planes?
That's a great question. I don't know. We live in this realm, this plane, whatever it is, and what's beyond the shorelines of Antarctica, I don't know, and neither do you.
Okay, but what about the Mars spacecraft?
Nobody's ever been to space. NASA's liars. I can prove it. And once you see that they're lying about one thing, you can't prove they're lying about everything. I mean, every photo.
See, I think that's your problem.
Hmm.
Like, there's some things that I agree with you on, not necessarily about flat Earth, but so Anthony has lied to me, I don't know, thousands of times, but I can't assume that everything he says to me is a lie. I mean, I
Yeah.
do, but
I would if I were
No,
you.
if you look at the 2012 photo of Earth, it shows the United States taking up like a third of the Earth. And if you take what's on the whole side of that planet and lay it over a map of the world, you have like 90% of the rest of the world is on the other side of that ball. That makes no sense. They're
right, but that has to do with mapology and whatnot. That has nothing to. So
Yeah.
so they proved that a long time ago in that was just a North America thing.
Listen, I'm in space. You have to believe me because I look like I'm floating in space in the space station.
We don't. So you're really the only person we've allowed to use a green screen on this show, and this is why. So yeah, they proved all that with North America. It was basically just us trying to show our dick to the world that we're bigger than
Right.
other countries. That has nothing to do with. Anyway, next question.
Go ahead.
Do you believe stars are flat?
That's a
Just
ridiculous
kinda answer
question. Again, anything that we see in the sky other than known aircraft or whatever, all you can say is that they're lights. Now, if you zoom in on a star with a good camera, super zoom camera, as I was saying, you can see that they're pulsing orbs of light. You can get in and see these cymatic patterns. I believe that the stars.
So do you think those lights are hanging from the dome?
Absolutely not. I don't think that they're physical lights at all. I think that they're sololuminescence. Have you ever heard of star in a jar? You haven't, where they put sound waves into a jar of water and a little star appears as bright as the friggin' sun. So, I believe that these stars that we see are sentient in nature, but I don't know. Again, the only thing you can truly say about the lights in the sky is that they're lights in the sky. You don't know anything else. How far, how big, or what.
All right, you answered the next one. Why do you think we've been lied to? Who started the flat Earth movement?
Well, the Flat Earth. So here's the problem: you search Flat Earth, you're going to end up at the Flat Earth Society. The Flat Earth Society is a government-controlled opposition site.
Damn it, they got there too.
Yeah, they've been around forever, and if you go there and look, you'll immediately dismiss Flat Earth and never look at it again. And if you Google images of Earth, Flat Earth, all the images come from the Flat Earth Society. They're all nonsense, and no Flat Earther believes any of that crap. So. We don't live in a flat world floating in a heliocentric, solar system, solar system. Our whole job here on Earth is maintaining control of our soul and not selling it. And they're trying to lure our soul away with this helio nonsensical bullshit.
I thought solar just meant light.
Light from the sun.
Why is there no substantial evidence towards proof?
See, that's a ridiculous, unresearched question. Every ball from a size
You have to understand. I said they were from our listeners.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. And I basically I had the same thing. There's no proof of the flat Earth. There's tons of the ball Earth. Well, the opposite is true. There's zero proof of the ball Earth. There's lots of proof that works on both the flat Earth and a ball Earth. So that proves nothing. And there's tons of proof that we live on a flat stationary plane. For example, the Earth is 24,901 miles around. That would give us a curvature rate that we can figure out with a calculation, which I could tell you, but it's not necessary. At 3 miles, a 6-foot tall person standing at the edge of a calm ocean or lake, the horizon should drop below their eye level behind the curve, but we can set things up and see things far, far, far away that should be hundreds, thousands, or even miles below the curvature, and we can still see them. So we can see too far. There is no curvature. Large bodies of water at rest lay flat, and that's it. There is no curvature ever found on water except, waves and drops. But large bodies of water at rest lay flat. The Earth is 70% water. It's flat.
So you don't believe in gravity then?
So belief in gravity, again, gravity is a made-up theory. Neil deGrasse Tyson, the high priest of scientism, says that it's a theory. There's no proof of it. Every experiment ever done has failed to prove that mass attracts mass. And when when they try to prove it, they have to put in dark matter because the equations don't work. So that's like me owing you $100 and say, oh, by the way, I'm going to make good on the money. Here's $4. I'll Venmo you $4. And then the rest is 96 dark dollars. You can't see them. You can't prove that they exist, but I'm telling you they exist. That's the story of gravity. Right?
Dark dollars buy drugs.
Yeah. So gravity is a theory. The Earth, this is probably going to go above everyone's head. The Earth is a dielectric electric plane. It's measurable. It has a negative charge to it. That negative charge establishes a downward attraction to anything. It's a weak force, just like they say gravity's weak, and then buoyancy and density sort everything else out. This is going to make you think. This is the problem. We're not taught to think. We're taught to memorize, regurgitate, and get a pat on the back and a gold star. Go ahead.
Next question.
Who doesn't like gold stars?
Do you have any mental disabilities?
Many.
No, serious question.
I do not have any mental disabilities. No, not at all. I'm perfect.
Were you going to say other than?
other than. I'm trying to think of one. I mean, I'm pretty damn good. My life is very successful. I have a great partner. I have great kids. I have great friends. I've lost a lot of friends, but that's okay because
what
sleeping.
do you do for a living?
I used to have my own solar development company, a commercial solar development company. It was doing very well. I was making a lot of money, and I walked away from it all because this called me, and I said, you know what? With what's going on in the world right now, the reason we're in this fucked up situation that we're in is because people are lost in space. They don't know who they are, where they are, what they are, and they can't make a rational decision.
You're a professional flat earther?
100%.
Okay. How old are your kids?
29 and 31-ish.
So
how about that, huh?
Do they believe what all of the flat Earth
they're
stuff?
living their lives, but they know that the Earth isn't a ball, and they're more and more of their friends are converting over. People that here's the thing: anyone that actually takes the time and effort to look becomes a flat earther, or at worst, a ball skeptic. You know what? Because is the Earth flat? Well, it sure appears flat. It measures flat. A lot of things say it's flat, but it could be something else. Is it a spinning ball? Absolutely not. Not at all.
All right. So are you do you have a daughter?
I do.
Okay. When your daughter would bring a boyfriend over for you to meet, did you immediately start in on this shit, or?
That's a great question. And before, I wasn't, there's a lot of flat earthers that don't have it as good as me because they're closet flat earthers and they can't talk about it. And then there's me, who's on every podcast, my Facebook, everything. Everyone knows I'm a flat earther. I don't bring it up. I let them bring it up, because if you bring it up, it doesn't work. It's like giving a kid advice. You can't give a kid advice unless they ask for advice. And we're all kids, so that's the same for everybody. So it always comes up. I just sit back and wait. And when they ask me a question, sometimes I answer back with a question. Or
you say it always comes up. It's never come up in my life.
Well, that's because you're not me.
Right. So do you have a bunch of shit hanging up like the Earth is flat and?
Fuck yeah.
See,
so it's gonna come up. Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I've got stuff all. I'm looking at. There's probably something in every room. That's cool. I've got the flat Earth map up. I got flat Earth clocks. I created the flat Earth sun, moon, and zodiac clock app, and I tell people, get the app and take the flat Earth app challenge. There's a new video on it every single day. It shows you how the flat Earth works. It shows you how seasons work. It answers all your questions. And watch the featured video every day, one video a day for 2 weeks, and then you will know the Earth is not a spinning ball. Period. And you'll lose the respect of your entire friends and family. It'll work out perfect.
Done.
Yeah.
That's
You've already done that.
Done.
You're still a ball.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think we're going to wrap this conversation up, but I appreciate you coming on. I had a good time talking to you.
I'd like to have you on again. To explore this, deeper.
So
and
guys,
other conspiracies.
You guys have iPhones or Androids?
Android.
Figures. All right. So I'm gonna email you guys free download codes. Okay. And if you want, I'll send you a couple for your listeners. Get the app and take the challenge. Just watch every day a new video comes.
I don't have to do push-ups or anything, do I?
Zero. You can do it while you're going to the bathroom in the morning, whatever. I do short ones during the week and longer ones on the weekend. Just watch that one video a day for 2 weeks. Don't hit the question mark and look at the 21 questions, because then you'll be lost. Bring food if you do that. And don't hit the
I'm in.
archive
All right.
button. The archive button will take you to all of the videos that have ever been on the app. And if that happens, you're going to be a full-on flat
Okay,
earther.
so how much do you charge for the app? You said you were going to send it as free.
$2.99.
Okay, how many have you sold?
40 million.
Bullshit.
Okay,
I'm
whoa,
lying.
whoa. Can you help us design an app?
So I designed this app actually for myself, because I just wanted something on my phone that I could show people when I was talking flat Earth. And then I started showing it to people. People were like, that's really cool. Where can I get it? And I said, you know what? I'm going to upload this. And it was a really basic app. And I was like, hey, I got a new idea for the app. I got another idea. And for the last 2.5 years, I haven't slept, because my guy that does the design, that does the programming, is in India. Right. So I'm talking to him at 11 o'clock at night and 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's every day for the last 2.5 years.
When you send us the codes, can you send us your app guy's contact? We have an idea for an app ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to put together a whole wireframe, a whole layout. And then I can get you his information. I found him on Fiverr.
Can you send me a link to your wireframe guy and your layout guy?
I did the whole thing myself.
And can you tell me what a wireframe is?
you basically have to lay out a storyboard of what the app is and what every function does.
All right, I need your storyboard guide too. And if you have any ideas for this app of ours, we'd appreciate it.
But again, the app is really fun. It does a lot of things. It has a weather app integrated in it. It's very, very useful. And if you turn on your notifications, it gives you just every day, you get one little notification that says, circumnavigation proves flat Earth or whatever. You're like, oh, that's interesting. You hit it. There's a 3-minute video. You watch it. You're like, huh, that's interesting. And then if you let the next video pop up, it'll be something else on the same topic or another relevant video, versus if you found that video on YouTube, the next video up would be a hit piece by Netflix or by National Geographic or something to distract you away from the truth. It's called the Flat Earth Sun, Moon, and Zodiac Clock app. If you just search for Flat Earth Clock, it comes up. It's by Blue Water.
Hold on a minute. If you email me, I'm going to get you off here so we can wrap up the show. But if you email me whatever you want, I'll put it in the show description.
No problem. I'll send you a simple link to get it. And if anyone's watching this on video, you can just scan this QR code right here, or you can just search Flat Earth Clock. It comes right up. And I'll send you a few coupons. So any of your listeners, bombard them. If you have an Android, only for Android. If you have an iPhone, you could afford the $2.99. And that's it. Anyway, and by the way, people, if you look at the reviews, people love the app so much, they asked me to put a donation button on there. And I couldn't, because Apple and iTunes will and Google Play don't allow that. So I put a subscription button on there. You get a little pop-up. It says, would you like to subscribe for $11 for the year or 99 cents a month? You can immediately exit out. There's no ads. It goes away, and it doesn't show up again for another day. All right. So
for a whole day,
one pop-up, and you can close it out in less than a second. You still get everything. Okay.
See, Anthony, we need an app. We can ask somebody for money every day.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I want an app.
I would make it to where it sends notifications like every 8 minutes.
See that, and then no one would download your app, and you get shitty.
Nobody
reviews.
downloaded it anyway.
Just don't even get the app. Just go read the reviews, and you'll be like, huh. That's
Can
crazy.
we make an app to where we just ask for money? We don't provide any content.
You can, but it doesn't work so well.
All right. Well, hey,
all right, guys.
I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me. I'll shoot you an email with a few download codes, and good luck. This is your red pill moment. I hope you don't blow it.
All right.
Have a good one.
All right, see ya.
All right. Shout out to get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God.
Where are we at here? All right.
We got some calls to make.
Oh, fuck me. God damn it.
We're going to be on the phone for like 3 hours.
No, we don't have that many. Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're good. All right. Okay, so we're doing this to where you're going to start reading.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to move this over here. Completed. Okay. So you're going to start doing these shout outs, and I'm going to call Handy Ducky.
OG Big B. Where are you at?
Oh, I'm going to call Micah.
You're all out of order here.
Oh, I'm not. OG Big B doesn't have a phone number.
Oh, okay.
Question
Gotcha.
my fucking process.
All right, ready?
I guess.
So we're starting with Jake. Looks like Jake signed up for the $10 tier. Thank you, Jake. OG Big B edited their
Wait a minute.
pledge.
Didn't we talk to Micah? Oh no, we talked to him on the bonus episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not letting him tell another fucking story.
Are you dialing?
I'm working on it.
OG Big B edited their pledge from $54 to $60. Thank you, Mr. B or Big B or whatever. Matt's signed up for $5. Thank you, Matt's. We're calling Micah. Looks like James signed up on Supercast. Thank you for James for signing up on Supercast. Oh, I was expecting the phone to start ringing.
As was I.
What the fuck is going on here?
It's giving me the little
Hello, Micah.
Micah.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I've got Anthony here.
Hello.
Hey, Anthony.
So thank you.
This is your official thank you call.
Well, I appreciate it.
So how
I'm just sitting doing homework right now. So
you were on our bonus episode last on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
correct.
How many people since then have came up and asked you for your autograph? Hold on, I'm losing you.
25 people.
Wow.
You don't have to lie. That wasn't. It was funnier if you would have been. All right. Thanks for
No,
subscribing.
0 people. No worries. I love you guys' show.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Looks like Lawrence signed up for a $5 cheer. Thank you,
Okay.
Lawrence.
We went through this before. As you shout them out, you've got to move them over.
Oh, my bad. I keep forgetting. Hold on. Let me move over the rest of these then.
Now I'm trying to chase Handy Ducky. Quit moving him. All right. Handy Ducky,
God.
get on the fucking phone. Here we go.
Handy Ducky.
How many seconds do I got to talk to him?
I don't know, but it looks like Lawrence signed up for a $5 here. Thank you, Lawrence. Moved it. ASA. I'm confused. This is just a bunch of letters. Is this like a secret code that I don't know about?
ASA or ASA signed up for $5 on Supercast.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. How the fuck was I supposed to figure that out?
ASA 5SC. What else could it have fucking meant?
Perfect.
Hello.
Hello?
Is this Handy Ducky?
Yeah.
You the man, Handy Ducky.
Hey, freaking, I love you guys' show, dude. You guys are the best.
Well, we appreciate that.
Yes, thank you. What's with the nickname Handy Ducky?
Oh, it's because I have like my desk, and on my desk I have like little rubber ducky, and well, it's right there. It's handy. So yeah, you know.
Perfect. That's perfect.
You sound Mexican. Is that the case? Were you born Mexican?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So it sounds like Mexicans come up with their screen names the same way that white people do. It's like you just look and see something. It's like, well, there's a duck and it's handy.
Yeah, that's true.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for signing up. We appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you for the content.
Yep.
Yep. Have a good one.
Bye.
All right.
Let's see here. The Useful Rooster signed up for the $5 tier. Thank you, Mr. Rooster or Mrs. Rooster, I guess. Let's see here. Thomas. Looks like Thomas just edited their pledge to $5. I'm guessing they went from $1 to $5. Doesn't say on here.
Fuck
But
you.
I'm assuming. Thanks, Thomas.
Question the way that I keep records. Got to do this shit all fucking day long.
Hello?
Fetish.
Yo, what's up?
How are
going
you
on?
doing?
I'm doing great. You just had like a walking ad space on your show. Good job.
Yeah, no problem.
Walking ad space for what? What are we selling? Did we get any money for it?
I think he's referencing how many
I don't know.
things how many things our guest hawked.
Yeah, I know.
It was really interesting though.
Yeah. I
So
guess.
so was it we were worried that, you know, because neither one of us agreed, or we were worried about how it was going to come off with having somebody on that we completely disagree with and us not having any evidence to dispute it.
Well, I mean, it was fun to listen to, even though I fucking hated like all of it.
Did you say you hated all of it?
I hated all of it, but it was fun to listen to.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, you still have you had a Patreon at one time, right? For art?
I did, yeah.
Do you not have that anymore?
No, because I'm gonna get kicked off of there. So I was like, I'll just leave before they kick me.
Oh,
if
you can't
somebody
do that.
If somebody wants to buy your art, how do they find you?
Right now I'm just on Twitter as fetish artist with an underscore in the middle.
Fetish_artist.
Yeah.
Did you
way to sell it?
Did you draw something of me and Anthony? I remember.
I remember you guys. You had like a commission of Anthony with. Well, I guess I wouldn't spoil it, but I am working on it. I don't know if Anthony knows what you wanted, but
that was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty lazy, man.
All right. Well, thank you very much for signing up, or actually upgrading your pledge.
Yeah, it was 69 cents. I hope you guys enjoy it.
For sure.
Wait a minute. You're only giving us 69 cents?
69 cents upgrade.
10.69, but that's what I upped it by.
I know. I just didn't want to give. Forget it. It's all about audience perception, Anthony.
It's all about perception.
All right.
Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Fetish.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
All right. Looks like Sam signed up for the $5 cheer. Thank you, Sam. We appreciate it. Looks like we got the common cold for $5.
See, these calls ain't going that bad this week. This is better than it was last week.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, thank you to the common cold. Was that the common cold? Was that on Supercast also?
I don't know. I never got an email, but I seen that a new subscriber signed up on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's a duplicate of somebody else because their email address and their Patreon name don't always line up.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't want to miss somebody. So
gotcha. iXerox signed up for the $5 cheer. Thank you, Mr. or Mrs. iXerox.
If you talk slower, we might hit the post.
Right. Logan signed up for the $5 cheer.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless.
Fucking Kevin, you fucked up. You had your opportunity, Kevin.
Damn it.
This is it. You fucking blew it. I'll try him again. Kevin, I'm calling you now. Over.
Come on, Kevin.
Now it won't even let me call Kevin.
I'm out of names to read, so come on, Kevin.
Make some up.
Joe Schmo.
Signed up for $400 a month.
Mr. Schmo.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. The number you dial.
All right, Kevin.
Damn it.
If you
Kevin.
had one shot, one opportunity, would you let it slip or would you capture it?
Spaghetti or whatever. Mom's sweater spaghetti. I don't fucking remember.
All right. Well, that brings me to my favorite part of the episode.
Bye.
Bye.